All right, today we're gonna do a painting I call Metal Mayhem. All right, the question of the day is, who is Saber? All right, let's run through the colors. Phthalo blue, turquoise, Indian yellow, red oxide, titanium white, Mars black. Let's get the party started. All right, today we're gonna do a painting in Metal Mayhem. So Saber is an American graffiti artist. He got his start in LA, and then he went to San Francisco. He did murals and graffiti there. He once even did a graffiti on top of the San Francisco governor's palace. And so he's definitely got himself into quite a few of graffiti capers, especially with Revoke, all his crew, MSK. So he's very well known in LA. And one of the things he came to fame was when he was, I think, 18 or 19, he decided to do a monster mural in the LA River. And there have been done murals before by crews. There have been huge crew murals, but never a single artist attempting. And so what he did over the next year and a half, I would say, because he kind of had to take breaks in between, was he painted this monster mural of his name, Saber, and it was like 97 gallons of paint. It took him a year to complete. I mean, it was probably 35, 40 days solid painting, but he kind of had to take breaks. The police would chase him every single time almost. He painted that mural, so it was extremely dangerous to try to paint that mural. And yeah, it lasted from 1997. In 2009, the city of LA decided to finally paint over it. Which is crazy because it's like the world's largest mural, illegal mural, but it's still the world's largest mural at the time. And the city of LA just decided to wipe it out with gray paint instead of sanding it off, which they said they were going to do sanitarily. They just added more paint that's going to eventually stream off into the LA River and poison the river. So I don't know. I mean, it is kind of off a highway juncture, so you could look over the river and be like, what's that? And then boom, you run into someone. So there's a little bit of danger. From the LAPD side, putting art next to the highway, but on the other hand, it's just like, dude, you just ruined the world's largest mural just to make some point with the LAPD because they're extremely anti-graffiti. And so he got known for that. He's also briefly, I think, in exit through the gift store just a little bit because he didn't know Banksy as well when Banksy came to LA. But more or less, he's not much into that. It's really just Shepard Fairey, Banksy, Mr. Brainwash. So he's a little bit of that, and he's a really good traveling graffiti artist, again, based out of LA. And that's who Shepard Fairey, or that's who Saber is. All right, we just finished the painting. Let's take a closer look. So we have this really nice blues at the top. I kind of added that at the last layer to kind of make it punch more. A little bit of the iron oxide didn't blend as well as I wanted to in the middle there. We got this nice grays, which I established in the earlier shots to give it kind of that nice background. And then I used the more primary colors on top to kind of give it more of a punch to the painting. But I like that has a lot of grays through the painting. You know, this is pretty good. We got like a nice blue at the bottom here to kind of make that stand out. Overall, I like the variation and the shapes in this painting. There is a little bit of sloppiness in some of the way I put the metal stroke. It wasn't as perfect as I wanted to, but I think overall it looks pretty sharp. It does have a lot of nice contrasting layers, a lot of different variations, a lot of nice balance with the gray, which I don't normally have. I usually kind of start with, I do a gray in the beginning, kind of either a brown or some kind of color to kind of get off that white. I did add some white back and forth through here, so you do see a little bit of white poking through here and there, which I'm fine with. It's just the way the style works. Unless you fully coat it with brush stroke, which I didn't in this case, so there are more white strokes coming through than normal. So normally I would cover that up with paintbrush and then do my work, but I thought I'd work a little bit differently this time. It got a lot of different interesting ways of working because I use more colors than I have been. Previously, I've been using a lot of like just a few colors, which is easier to work with, I think, than a multicolor, because you get to multicolor, you can get a lot of mud, so you don't want to have mud in your painting. Overall, I think it looks pretty good, pretty sharp, a lot of cool shapes. Hopefully you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see the full version, check my Patreon account. If you'd like to subscribe, you can subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next painting video. Thanks for watching, guys.